Audrey is 2 and some change. So it's been a little while. And I've had, at this point now, a couple years to kind of sit with being a dad and kind of feel it. And this is my second Father's Day that I've gotten the title, and the second time that I'm now able to hold my daughter and be like, oh man, I'm a father. And so Dwayne, since he was not going to be here today, asked me to give a bit of a reflection. He let me know that the theme they were going for was garden themed, and I thought, oh man, that's perfect. I have a garden. And so it was kind of fell into it pretty easily. And if I'm hoping my slides are working, because that's going to be the best part of the whole sermon. All right. The first major project that my wife and I ever took part in was building a garden together in the backyard. We've probably laid hundreds of pounds of stone, moved just a lot of soil, and really built a thing. You know, look at this. You can't really see it because it's very small. But during the pandemic, we got really into plants, right? We ended up sourcing, purchasing, and planting over a dozen different native plant species that feed and care for probably about as many different species of pollinators, lizards, birds, all kinds of stuff. And the whole time that I'm building this garden, every time I put spade to soil, I feel closer to God. I feel called to be doing what I'm doing right then. To feel the dirt in my hands and the sun, and to just, listen to the birds. And every time that I'm thinking about where to put trees or how to decorate the garden, I'm imagining a kid exploring. And I want to pause for a second to kind of mention that while we were building the garden, we didn't even want kids. I think I can say that. We didn't think that we were going to have them. But we knew people with kids. And yeah, we built this garden, unconsciously or not, around a child. And it wasn't until she was actually in it that I realized, looking back, I'd been preparing to have a kid without even realizing it. There's a metaphor in there, but I'm not smart enough to find it, but I trust that you guys can figure it out. So of course we had a kid. And now there's little feet that are on those stones. There's a tiny human going through the paths that I built, finding the fun little things that I left for some mystery kid. And this isn't just any kid. This is a kid who wants to be in the garden. It's a kid who wants to play at making things grow. She wants to and by the way, hang on, don't go too fast from this one. Look at that face. What is it about being a kid that you're just unreserved with emotion? You're experiencing something for the first time. That's pretty good. That's pretty happiness. That's happiness right there. I haven't felt that happy in years. But now, instead of imagining a kid in my garden exploring, I'm in there with her. And I gotta tell you guys, it's one of the biggest blessings of my life. There's a sign about a couple feet from my daughter's swing that my birth mother had in our yard when I was a kid. And it has a bit of a thing on it, and I'd like to read it to you guys right now, because these words have stuck with me literally my whole life. This sign was one of the first things that I ever read. A kiss of the sun for pardon, the song of the birds for mirth. One is nearer God's heart in a garden than anywhere else on earth. This is, I think, the fourth verse of a hymn called God's Garden by a woman named Dorothy Frances Gurney. The whole thing's a prayer, basically, thanking God for the beauty of creation. And it references, obviously, God's garden, the Garden of Eden. My whole life I grew up with that sign. And as I'm trying to find my personal sense of the divine and coming into my own as a Christian, I latch on to those words. And as I'm reading the Bible and going through, you start at the beginning, right? Genesis 2:15. The Lord God took man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. That is one of the first things that we are told by our Creator. It's really the first real task. It's not a rule, it's a duty, it's a purpose. It's what we're here to do. We are told to work this garden. The root of the verb used is avad. And this is, in Hebrew, it's a word, avad. Avad. There we go. I had to, otherwise, what did you even come for? Now, this is a word that can be used for working, worshiping, and serving. This is the same word, 3 different actions. I did not know this when I was tilling the garden and feeling close to God. I don't know that my mother knew it when she put that sign out. But we were made for this work. We're made for it. It's not an optional task either. One of the things I've noticed growing up, especially as I reflect back on the parts of my childhood I'd like to share with Audrey, there are whole forests that I used to walk that don't exist anymore. There are reefs that are bleached and dust, and trees I knew that have been bulldozed for shoebox condos. And I don't know how to square that. Fatherhood has made me see a lot of things differently, right? That's the cliche. One of those things is stuff that used to be intellectual and stuff that used to be conceptual is now much more personal. It's one thing for me to consider climate change as a problem for the future, a problem that my generation or the generation that comes out, there's ways of thinking about it, but it's one thing to conceive of it that way, and it's another thing to look at my daughter and wonder what she's going to see. Wondering what she's not going to see. And so I wrestle with how to reconcile this. How do I raise my daughter to be a steward of the garden when the social and economic forces around her are not just telling her, but encouraging her to burn it to the ground? How can I be a good influence on her when those same forces have shaped my entire life? Guys, this is one of 5 small computer things I own. I chose between 2 to be here today. I don't need that many. My wife and I, as a family, built our garden, consciously or not, for her. We, as a family, are destroying our garden, consciously, intentionally, or not. I've run into some websites that'll tell you how many Earths you need if everybody lived like you. I clock in somewhere between 1.5 and 2.6, depending on how honest I am on a given day. Globally, the average is around 1.7, but that global percentage counts for everyone from the poorest country you can think of to us. And we are at 5. If the entire planet lived as the average American does, we would need 5 Earths to support us. We all have work to do. And there's a part where I make a pivot and I tell you what we can do, right? What the action items. And I originally had a nice boring list here. I was going to go all over all the stuff we've been trying, replacing paper towels with washcloths. We did that. Try to replace disposable products with things that are compostable. Try to use more plant-based soaps. Normal stuff. I think that that's a symptom. The real important thing to do, in my opinion, is we have to remember why we're here. The real reason. Not the reasons that we make up as we're going along in our day-to-day. Not the, oh, I got to get this job, I got to get this, or I got to own that, I got to get... No, the real reason we are here. We are here to serve the garden. Those of us who are blessed to have young people in our lives, either our own or the ones that get left near us for long enough, we have a responsibility to teach them, pass this on, to carefully steward the resources of our garden. Because our entire society is going to be calling them to consume and consume and consume. But this is the only world we were given. Every time that we try to help a child learn how to water plants, every time that we go out into our community and we try to encourage others around us to be more respectful of the world, every time we organize beach cleanup, every step that we make where we are trying to be proper, conscious stewards of this world is another step back to Eden. Our Father showed us in the very beginning. He told us explicitly, tend the garden, care for creation, leave it better for the people who have come after us. That is the work that I hope to teach my daughter. That's the work that I hope that she can pass on when she's ready. I do think we're off to a pretty good start, though. I'd like to ask for my last slide if I can, because this is my favorite. Slide. Not that one. I already did the verse. There's one. One of my daughter's first words, ladies and gentlemen, she's saying it right now if you can hear her, butterfly. Of course, as a 2-year-old, it comes out closer to butterfly, but we know what she means. Among her first words are red and yellow, which are 2 of the most prominent colors in the garden. And I don't think that was us. I think we're just helping her see what's already there, helping her learn what's already been taught. Guys, I'm pretty sure that was the garden. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was garden. Amen? Now, for those of us who celebrate Father's Day, in light of our reflection, Carmen has provided us with some beautiful live plants to help us take more steps back towards the garden. So if you could, please grab someone while you're leaving, put them in the ground, put some water on them, and let's try to steward this thing together, right, guys? All right. Thank you for listening. Happy Father's Day. All right. I love you guys. Dwayne is going to close us off, I think. All right. Bring it home.
Evan, I'd really like to thank you. That was a great reflection. And I know I have tears in my eyes. Let's do it again. Could be your little. Evan, I just really want to thank you. That was a beautiful reflection. Knowing your daughter and knowing you, that means a lot to me, and I know that I've got tears already. Um, so if I could have everybody stand for our benediction. As you leave this place today, remember that the very beginning, God placed humanity in a garden and called us to tend to it with love. So go as children of the Creator, grateful for those who have nurtured you, guided you, and mindfully called you back to nurture. May your hands be ready to serve. May your heart be open with wonder. May your lives be rooted deeply in gratitude. Please accept the blessings of God, the Creator who formed us, who walked beside us, whose Spirit is the renewing us. And let it renew you every day and forevermore. Peace and grace to you. Amen.
Hi guys, how are you doing? I just wanted to say how awesome it is to you all to be here um, and join us. I have dragged my son to help me with the ending today, and I just want to. Liam has taken on a really awesome responsibility to help with the cameras recently, and I think it's really awesome that he's stepped up. I mean, that's a big responsibility for a 12-year-old. I think that's pretty cool, and I'm really proud of you. Um, he also put together a really awesome um, Father's Day card that totally was so much better than. Did you make a Mother's Day card for mom or no? You did.
Why?
I,
Yeah.
she said she didn't get a Mother's Day card, but I got
I
an
gave her
amazing
one.
Father's Day card. So
I
I just
gave
want to
her
say
one.
how awesome it is that
She's
you
being a
gave
punk.
me such a fantastic Father's Day card. and how awesome it is to do worship with you every Sunday. So
She was being a punk.
yeah. Well, just don't say that too loud because she does watch this. So.
No, she doesn't.
She does. Yeah.
No.
So we're gonna go over and Evan's daughter is here today, and I never get to see her because they always keep her inside. But
they always keep her inside her
I
house.
think it was a pretty good message. Evan did a reflection on what it is to be a father, and how a garden was not something that he intentionally built for his daughter, but it turned into being a
thing that they share together.
yeah, something that meant
daughter.
something very, very, very strongly to them.
With
And
their
I think
daughter.
that's a really cool thing. I think there's a deeper theological meaning behind that. That maybe we're supposed to take care of the earth as this garden that has been given to us, and we're supposed to do more. Maybe I'm just looking into it, but I feel like that's at least what I feel like we're supposed to do. So outside of that, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. And I'm going to go do something with my kids for Father's Day.
RC truck.
Do I know what it is? Not yet. May it be tiling our new bathroom? Maybe. We've been trying to redo our bathroom. It's been a lot of work. So, yeah.
I have a good idea. Go into the RC clothing truck place.
Oh, I don't know if it's open. My son really likes these remote control trucks that are these like crawler things. They're really cool. So, they're really cool. Yeah. Outside of that, thank you so much for joining us today. We will see you guys next week. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Hey guys, this is Noah from the media team. I just want to let you guys know there's some really cool ways for you guys to stay in touch with us. So down on the bottom, if you're watching us on Facebook, there is a little button that says follow. If you click on that, it will allow you actually to be notified when we go live next. We go live for all different things, not just church services, some of our special events, our food giveaways. It's really neat to kind of stay in touch. If you're following us on YouTube, if you press subscribe, right after you press like on both of them, Facebook and YouTube. Once you press subscribe, there's going to be a little bell button that pops up. Press that bell icon. It's going to let you know when we go live as well. It's a really neat way to support the channel. It's a really neat way to grow the channel as well. And then on both of them, if you press the share button, that allows you to share this message with so many other people. There is so many people going through so many problems these days, and you know it's really important for them to hear an encouraging, positive message. So go out, share, be disciples. You guys have a wonderful week.